Hello, this is Francis from McCaffrey's Crafts, and today I'm beginning a kind of short series, maybe about 10 plus videos on Blackthorn as a business. So this is just kind of giving you like an introduction and guide into stick making. If you want to go from being more of a hobbyist into more of a professional type of capacity. And I thought I'd just make a series of videos just to kind of give you guys some of the steps and some of the things you need to be aware of. Right, you're a guy, most likely. Women too, if you want to have a go at it. I haven't seen too many women stick makers out there. I've seen some that do the carving of the handles and stuff, but anyone can do stick making. It's not gender specific, but it's mostly male dominated there at the moment. So when I say guys, it's referring to both men and women. So don't be taking me up on that. So anyway, the first thing that you have to kind of be aware of when you're going from a hobbyist into being a professional capacity is the quantity of stock, quantity of sticks. Now, when you are Blackthorn stick making, it takes about 2 to 3 years for a piece of Blackthorn to season. So from when you cut the stick to when you can actually use it and sell it, sometimes it can be 2.5, 3 years. So the first thing that you have to be aware of, because it takes time to build up, is getting your quantity up. Even if it takes you 2 seasons to kind of get going, or 3 seasons, take your time. This isn't like a short-term thing that you're just going to set up tomorrow and get going. So the first step that you have to go from being a hobbyist, which you just cut a few sticks on your property, you think you're fantastic, you love stick making, you want to get in on this Blackthorn money. It's all about the Blackthorn money. But it's, again, as I say continually, it's not that easy. Loads of patience. This game isn't easy. It isn't for everyone. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. That's the thing. I have, over the past 12 years, seen so many guys come and go. Every year there's a new expert shillelagh maker on the scene telling you everything you need to know and how he's been doing it for 5, 6, 7, 8 generations, and then boom, gone. Like it's comical at this stage. Like they come out at the time. They're almost like this little woodworm in the pieces, the old pieces of wood that burrow out, show their head, and then burrow back in again. So we'll call those kind of new stick makers the old woodworms. So these kind of woodworm guys, they come and they go, and they're a bit annoying for the Blackthorn business, because just like real woodworm who kind of damage the integrity of the wood, these woodworm type of stick makers, as I call them, they come in and they haven't got a clue. They price things incorrectly. They come in way too cheap. They haven't got a clue how to do the shipping. And it's like, the thing about hobby stick makers and stuff is, like, it's a hobby, stick to it. But then when you try to get in and try to sell, you kind of make a lot of mistakes. And for professional stick makers, it can be a little bit annoying when you're coming in pretending to be an expert in everything when you're not. And it's also annoying on the pricing, because usually the new stick makers, they think they have to be as cheap as possible to sell their sticks, and they come in and they sell sticks for next to nothing. Like, they sell sticks like at a loss to get going, which is insane. Like, they would, they sell sticks below the amount of time, below the amount of materials, below the amount of effort they were put into it, and they don't have a business. And then that's why they don't survive long. Like, they literally, they last a small little bit in time, and then they're gone. And there's reasons for it, and like, there's a few that are outlined there. So the first thing you got to do is patience. Patience. I'll say that a million times throughout this. And again, the main kind of topic of this video today is quantity. Build up your quantity, however long it takes. You cannot have a business until you have enough stock. If it takes you 2 or 3 years to build up stock, so be it. That's how it is. There's no great way. So if you want to be a stick maker, you want to keep costs down, you cut your own sticks. You go out, you cut them, how many quantity do you need to get going? Well, it depends on your price point. Like, a lot of these Blackthorn sticks go around the kind of €100 mark. But like, after you take in VATs and taxes and everything, you make about like €50 kind of profit per stick. So as a guide, we'll say about like €50. So how many of them sticks would you need to have a salary each year? Like what's a salary each year? Is it €30,000? Is it €40,000? Is it €50,000? Let's say €50,000 is what we want to go for, and it's about 50 a stick. So you have to build up 1,000 sticks. And the cutting season lasts for what? 12 weeks? 3 months? So 1,000 sticks over 3 months. What's that? So you have to, 300 plus sticks a month. What's that? 70, 80 sticks a week. Can you cut 80 of these Blackthorn a week? I think not. So like, for a lot of stick makers to get going, that's the main issue is getting the quantity, getting the stock. Now, is there things you can do in addition to cutting the sticks to get your quantity up? Yeah, of course there is. You can hire someone. You can, you can buy into sticks. You can do that as well. Like, I've got injured before, and there's always guys out there who cut the sticks. But usually what happens is they cut the sticks and then they think, oh, they want to do it all, and they have a go with the Blackthorn business, and then they're gone and disappear again. Or, and the guys that kind of cut sticks can be a little bit difficult to deal with as well. Like you'd say, all right, we'll agree a price. Let's give me a quantity of 50 sticks, and then they say, oh, my friend told me they're more valuable now, and they want to change the price. And that's happened to me quite a lot. So, if you're lucky and know someone, you can get someone to help you cut the sticks, because then that 1,000 target quantity you need to kind of get going. If 3 or 4 of you are doing it, but like what usually happen is if those guys are cutting the sticks, they're going to want to keep them, and they're going to want to do them themselves, because this is quite hard work. So there's no easy way. So like the best, like what I did is on my own I got up my quantity. I went out, I did a lot of cutting. I was on many forums, I was on many groups, many different things. I did get lucky at this, not in the start, but maybe a few years in, when a stick maker who was closing down and closing their business, they contacted me if I wanted to take their quantity of Blackthorn and stock, and that gave me a pretty good boost there for a few years, that I could because if you look at me compared to all the other like stick makers and shillelagh makers out there, they can't match me for quantity. No one can keep up with the amount of sticks that I make and I do, and that's because I have the quantity. I've put in the time, the hard work to build up my quantity and my stock. Like my competitors, they might put out 5 or 6 sticks a week. I put out about 20 a week, even more some other weeks as well. Like I have no problem making 1,000 sticks in a year, something like that. My competitors would probably make close to 100, 120, maybe on a good year, maybe 150 sticks. And, so, it's all about trying to get that quantity up. Like, you don't worry about your competitors, but you have to be aware of them. And I'll do a video on that as well. And so, that's the first step as well. Now, just to kind of summarize what we've gone through then, is you're a hobby stick maker, you're thinking of going professional, build up your quantity, and have a nice place to store it. And, the focus of all your energy at the beginning has to be on getting enough stock that you can start and be a business. So you can still work away, like, don't do this full time, because you're not going to generate money at the start. Like, so what you do is you keep working your normal job, and you start cutting the sticks probably over a space of 2 years, and get your quantity up, get a nice bit of quantity up. And then at that stage, you can try to turn pro, to go from amateur to be a pro. Okay, so that's the first lesson, quantity. All right, thanks for watching.